Real food done real good. That's the motto of the little restaurant at the Sailor's Crossroads in Belton, South Carolina. And personal experience can attest to the fact that Joe and Heidi Trull live up to their claim. In fact, the food here is phenomenal and well worth the trip off the interstates in upstate South Carolina for breakfast or lunch on any given Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. until 2 in the afternoon. They open the doors at 6 Saturday mornings to meet the needs of hunters and others, getting an early start to the day with their extravagant Saturday brunch. The couple knows what they're doing. They moved to South Carolina from New Orleans a month before Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast. Heidi owned and operated a nationally recognized restaurant about a mile from the French Quarter. Husband Joe was a longtime pastry chef for Emeril Lagasse's Nola restaurant in the French Quarter. And as you can imagine, their homemade desserts taste as great as their homemade entrees and sides.
We're just a friendly place with good service and good food, and we treat everybody wonderfully. It's kind of like family here. Anyone that comes through the door is welcome, and we want to make sure that everybody has a good time and a good meal, and make sure that everybody leaves happy.
The restaurant is located in what local historians say is one of the oldest buildings in the county. It sits at the corner of Sailor's Crossroads in Anderson County, along what has been designated the South Carolina National Heritage Corridor. You can't miss it, especially if you keep an eye out for the big rooster in the yard.
The other thing was this was an old country store, and we were kind of tying to the heritage of the store. We tried to leave as much of this building intact as we possibly could, and this was the super Walmart of its day.
You could get anything here. We have a lot of people that came in and say, oh, I got my first pair of shoes here. Oh, my mama used to come and pick up feed here. They sold everything.
In addition to their culinary expertise, another reason the food is so good here is because the couple strives to meet a goal that no less than 80% of their ingredients is locally grown and comes from neighbor farms or suppliers.
The food is much fresher. You can tell a difference. We're buying fruit that was picked yesterday as opposed to that was picked in California last week and put on a train car and shipped here. And we have a neighbor that has 30 blueberry bushes, and she brings us blueberries, and the taste is just so much.
I didn't like blueberries. I never liked blueberries until I started eating her blueberries, and I'm like, wow, what a difference! Because everything we get is shipped from cross country in big cities where we've worked before.
Callahan Farms, they have. Through the season, they start out having strawberries and figs and blackberries and peaches and nectarines, and so we kind of go along with the season. And we have a bunch of other local farmers that grow things and bring us produce, and we try to buy as much stuff as we can, and we get our meat local from.
Our goal is 80%. I mean, 100% is unrealistic. Sure. But we even have a paper producer which makes a biodegradable, disposable paper products in Spartanburg.
Pound in.
So we try to we go a 100-mile radius and get everything we can, and then we work out.
That's awesome. You mentioned the dairy earlier.
Mm-hmm. We have a small local dairy. They own a large commercial dairy, and they decided they wanted to make fresh raw milk the way they were used to it. So they bought a 50-cow Jersey dairy, which is all grass-fed. They rotate through pastures. They only milk twice a day. Most dairies milk 3 times a day. The milk is just half fat. It's so good. You have to shake it up before you drink it, and most people remember that. A few people, it scares them a little, but once they taste it, they're hooked. We use it to make soft cheeses with cottage cheese. We make all of our ice creams and cakes with it.
Speaking of ice cream, let's head into the kitchen where Heidi Trull will whip up a batch of their seasonal muscadine ice cream.
Hi y'all, this is Heidi from Grits and Groceries at Sailor's Crossroad. Our closest town is Belton, so technically that's address, but we are actually the center of the universe. So today we're going to make a muscadine ice cream, and we're using everything but the sugar came within a 5-mile radius of the building. We have fresh local eggs that we have a family that raises for us, and then our whole fresh unpasteurized milk. They milk at 7, we get our milk at 10. You can't get any fresher than that. The top of it is just pure cream. So our ice cream recipe calls for half milk and half cream, so we're going to use this milk since it's perfect. We've got lemons and fresh muscadine grapes that are coming in now, picking. Today was our first big batch of them, so we're really excited. We'll make jams and pies and ice creams and cakes. Okay, so we're going to get started. First thing, we talked about the milk. It's half cream, half milk. And we need to get it up to a scalded temperature. You know, I always heard my grandmama say that, and I never knew what it meant, scald in the milk. We don't want to boil. We want steam coming off of the top. And into that, we're going to add our sugar and stir it a little bit. And then our egg yolks. Now we make a French custard cream here. So we make egg custard, and it makes it a richer, nicer cream. It gives you that nice custard taste when you eat it, not the corn syrup from store-bought ice cream. Okay, so while we're waiting for our milk to get up to temperature, we're going to skin and puree our muscadines and get all the seeds out of them. You can use a hand food mill. You can press them through a colander depending on what size batch you're going to make. Or we use our KitchenAid mixer with a food grade attachment and just press them right through. It takes the seeds, everything off, and we just get the fabulous juice. Alrighty. And then when our cream comes up to temperature, we're looking for about 120 degrees. I'm not much of a thermostat person, but just till the steam starts to come off. When we reach our steaming stage, we temper into the egg yolks. If you pour egg yolks and hot cream together, you get scrambled eggs and milk. So what we want to do is take our milk and stir and pour a little bit in at a time. It's maybe a quarter of the milk mixture. Then you can take this mixture after it's tempered and pour it back into the pot. Make sure you get all of that good stuff. And then stir. And while this is cooking, it'll kind of look like a thin pudding. It'll coat the back of your spoon. We're going to zest 1 lemon. The lemon brings out the brightness in the fruit, the little bit of acid from the lemon. So we're good here. Just gotta stir and stir and stir and stir. Now don't answer the phone. Go to the bathroom before, because you can't stop stirring once you get to this point. This takes, let's say, 3 or 4 minutes. And what you're looking for is when you take your spoon out and run your finger across, it should leave a line across the spoon where the custard doesn't run back together. We're going to pour it back in our bowl and mix in our grape puree. And then stir them together. Now if you want to make ice cream faster from this stage, you can take it and cool it in the refrigerator before you put it in the churn, because you're hot. If it's colder, it'll chill faster. In a restaurant, we use a commercial machine, so we go straight from here. But today we're using my great-grandmother's ice cream churn. And then the creamier you like your ice cream, the more full you fill your canister. If you fill it half full, you get a lot of air in your ice cream. If you fill it 2/3 full, you get creamier, richer ice cream. And that's what we do. What we do is we take it out and put it in the freezer and let it firm up a little more so that we can serve it. And this is the finished product, our muscadine ice cream.